Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I've been a little bit MIA here on my YouTube channel, but I promise you I've been on my Instagram page. So if you want to see some new tutorials, make sure you go and check that out. Also, I posted a new IGTV makeup tutorial if you want to check that out. Also, I'm going to leave all my handles right down here so you can go and check them out. But for this tutorial right now, I am going to share with you how I highlight and contour, and this is an updated version because I haven't uploaded a fully tutorial on how I do these steps, especially because I have other kind of like techniques and other ways I highlight and contour, and there is some new products that I want to share with you guys that I've been loving lately, so I figure I'll do a highlight and contour video and show you guys some cool products. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Also, make sure you check me out on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to stay connected. And if you're new to my page, welcome. My name is Kamilabravo, and I hope you enjoy this video. Now we can go ahead and get started. Woo! Before I start off with the highlight and contour video, make sure if you want to learn how I created this eye makeup look, make sure you check out my Instagram page. And I actually use the new Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette, which is super pretty. Has beautiful shadows for the summer. So make sure you guys go check it out. It's a 1-minute tutorial and you'll learn how I created this look. So yeah, I don't want to make this super long, so let's get started. I don't have nothing right now on my face, so I'm going to start off with the Vitamin Enriched Face Base from Bobbie, which I absolutely love. I've been using it for so long now. As you can see, I'm already right down there. I'm going to grab a little bit with my finger. Apply it like this, like all over. It feels like you don't want to run out of the of these base because I'm not applying too much, but that's exactly how I feel because that's how much I love this base. It just smells so good. It smells like so refreshing and like citrus. Like, I don't know, it smells like kind of like oranges. It smells so good. Alright, so after I apply the base, I'm just going to let it sink for like 1 to 2 minutes, which I'll recommend you doing the base before you start on the eye. So I will treat it like a moisturizer because I already have the eyes like everything is done. I am going to wait like 1 minute so it absorbs into my skin, and then I move on to the foundation. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back and I'm going to be using now the Smashbox Photo Finish Iconic Primer Stick, which is an invisible stick that it blurs out your large pores. So I actually like to use it on this area right here, which is where I have like a little bit of large pores, and also where you feel like your foundation kind of like cracks. I like to apply it there, which is on this area. Sometimes it happens here, also on this area, but I like to apply it more where my large pores are, which are right here. And I just like to dab my finger over my skin like this. Alright, so now we're going to move on to foundation, and I'm going to be using the Super Stay Stick Foundation from Maybelline, which is brand new. I absolutely been loving this foundation. Super easy to apply. It's like a medium to full coverage, and you can definitely build it up. So absolutely love it. And I'm going to be using now the 220 shade because, as you can see, I'm like super tan. My face is white as this paper, but my shoulders are like extremely tan for these past few days that I've been in the sun. So I'm going to be using this shade and see what happens, because this is my first time actually using this shade. I typically use 125 and 120, but yeah, let's go ahead and use it. So I am going, damn, that is dark. Okay, but I'm still gonna use it. I'm gonna work with it. So I just like to just apply it all over, especially because we're gonna do highlight and contour. So I think we should be fine. We should be fine, guys. Damn, I can't believe I'm 220. I'm kind of like shook. Yeah, this is definitely almost like my shoulder. You want to make sure that when you look for a foundation, it matches. I love when it matches my shoulder. I feel like the shoulder is where you should always try to match it to, because most of the time, like if it's summertime, you tend to use your shoulders a lot for pictures. So imagine if your shoulder is like way darker than your face. It's kind of like, I don't know. That's just my theory. I just love to match it with my shoulders. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just blend out everything with the Beauty Blender. Alright, so now that we have the base going on, I'm going to first, I don't know, I've been doing it this way, I don't know why. I'm going to contour a little bit and then I'm going to highlight. I just feel like for some reason it just like makes everything blend better, or I'm just been loving to try to do my makeup in a different way to see if the result end up different in a positive way. So I've been doing it this way, and I'm going to be using the shade 356 to contour my face. And this is why I love this stick, this foundation stick from Maybelline, because you can highlight and contour with it, especially because it's great to contour with the same. I feel like when you contour with the same kind of formula from the foundation, it blends better. It gives you that flexibility. So I just love that you can do both, like highlight, contour, foundation, everything with just the foundation. So I'm going to be using this to contour. Wait, I forgot to sorry guys. Sorry, I'm moving on too quick, my bad. I wanted to explain to you guys how I contour. So I used to contour making this little guy my guide, but because my face is a little bit more on the smaller side and is a little bit more like, I guess like narrow, I like to make my face a little bit more longer. So I love to make, so now what I love to do is make this like the beginning of my ear, my guidance to where I do the contour. You see that? So I love to start from here and make it diagonal instead of straight, because the diagonal, when you blend, it just makes your face more longer. Now if you already have a longer face, you can always do the contour more straight to make it narrow, unless and not to where I have it right now, but more down, like probably starting here, so that way you slim your face a little bit if that's what you want. I'm not saying that you should slim your face, or I'm not saying that because you have a longer face that's bad. I'm just saying whatever you want to do, you can always use the trick of contour to kind of like play with your features and change them if you want them, like if you want to a little bit, you know, a little bit you know, change them up a little bit. So yeah, that's what I love to do. Then I bring the contour all the way around, and I love to just bring it all the way through, because I just love to just blend everything. Even though I don't have a big forehead, I still love to bring it all the way around. Now if you do have a big forehead, I would say do bring it all the way around if you want to make your forehead a little bit more slimmer. I love to do this on this area because I love to make my jawline a little bit more defined. Now a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and I don't like to bring it all the way down. I mean all the way up. I just like to do it on the tip of the nose. And then for like more of a natural contour, and then just a little here to contour my lip, to make this area, to make my bottom lip a little bit more pronounced. So that's the explanation for my contour. You see, I was moving on too quick. So there we go. I start blending, blending, blending. Everything together, I am going to be using the new Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, super coverage from Too Faced, which I am so excited to try out for the first time. And it says it conceals. You can use it for contour, highlight, and retouch. So you can basically also use it for contour, but I wanted to show you guys how you can contour and highlight with, you know, with the new Super Stay foundation from Maybelline. But we're gonna use this one for highlight, and I'm gonna be using the shade Almond. I really love that it feels heavy. I mean, not super heavy, but it feels like, yes, I got my money's worth. And I love that actually the concealer is pretty big. Like the bottle, it's pretty big. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys with Shape Tape. We'll look at the difference in the bottle with Shape Tape. I am going to, I actually really like the tip, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. So with the concealer, ooh. All right. Now let's blend this baby. Wow, this is amazing. Look how much concealer you get. Well, I applied a lot anyway, but I just love how it's blending. Wow. It literally blended super easily. You see, guys, how the concealer just pull everything together, and we can start now seeing some dimensions. So that's why I really like to apply the concealer like after the highlight and contour, because it just helps you blend better any edges from the contour. Like it covers, I don't think it's a full coverage concealer, but it does cover it, and I just love that it just looks like skin. It just like, it looks seamless. Like I feel like if you would use less product than what I used, it will blend so beautifully with your skin. It's not heavy, it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel sticky. It just feels like it's just gonna sit there and look beautiful. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it just blends so beautifully, and it's not creasing. Because I feel like concealers, when you stop blending, and like you see how I'm talking, it just starts creasing right here. And I feel like this is not doing that. I just feel like this is not doing. Now we're gonna set everything, and I am actually going to be using the Hourglass setting powder, which I've been obsessed with, and I am going to grab the cake bake sponge, and I am going to set. Even right now, I am not creasing, so I'm just going to for the sake of it, I'm just going to do this just because I'm so used to it. And I'm going to set. Alright, so this is what I like to do. I like to use the loose powder just for under my eyes, on my forehead, to contour and highlight my nose, to highlight these areas, to set the sides of my nose and my chin. So basically where I highlight, this is where I apply this powder. Now to set the rest of my face, I love the Luminous Face Powder from Girlactik. And I just love this powder. This actually has a little bit of color in it, so you guys only need a little bit, because a little bit goes a long way. And to apply it, I'm going to be using the Crown Brush Pro in the number C531, which I've been obsessed with this brush. And I am going to dab the excess and dab it onto my skin where I contour to set that contour area. And then accentuate this. So I give a line. So this will accentuate the contour without having to apply too much bronzer. So I am going to now take away this loose powder because I don't like to let it sit there for too long. So right when you take that powder from your face, this powder right here, because I don't like to let it sit there for too long, I am going to, with the same brush, I am going to apply my bronzer. I'm going to be using the Chocolate Soleil bronzer over here. And because I have this translucent powder here, it's not going to let me go too below. So that's why I love to leave it there while I accentuate the bronzer with a powder bronzer. And with the excess, I just take away that translucent powder. Bring it down here for my jawline. Now that we have everything set, I'm going to move on to highlighter, but I've been actually obsessed with doing this method before I apply the highlighter. I always set my face, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Highlighters always show best when you apply a little bit of setting spray and a little bit of water. It always shows best. It kind of like melts into your skin and it looks better. So instead of you applying it first onto the skin and trying to make it stick and try to make it show and put so much on and then apply the setting spray to make it stick and, you know, to help you make it show a little bit better, you want to set your face first with setting spray so it basically dries, and apply the highlighter. And I'm gonna tell you right now, your highlighter game, it's gonna change. You're gonna notice a difference from applying a highlighter before you set your face and applying it after. So let me know if you try this method. I'm gonna show you guys now how I do it, and I'm gonna show you what I just explained, if it makes sense, anything that I just said. But let me know if you try this method and if it works, or if you do it the other way around, or if you've always been doing it this way and I'm late in the game. But I've been trying this lately and I've been obsessed with how my highlighter has been showing. So much easier, and it works. So let's just do it. Let's just jump right into it. I'm going to be using the All Nighter Setting Spray from Urban Decay. Also, you don't want to be afraid to set your face. You want to make sure you apply a good amount of setting spray over your face. And then what you want to do, grab wipes or whatever you have, maybe like a piece of paper, a piece of plastic. I just grab whatever was around and start drying your face. I'm going to be using the palette from Tarte, Skin Twinkle Volume 2, which is actually one of my favorite palettes for highlighter. And I'm going to be using this one right here with this brush from Dose of Colors. Dab the excess. And look how much easier it sticks onto your face. And now you can see. Apply a little bit of blush. I'm going to apply this one from Benefit, which is called Dandelion. And it's such a pretty like pink, pastel pink. Very soft, not too much since I already have a lot of going on with my eyes, but just a little bit. For photos, it's always very like, it always looks very refreshing on photos. And then I'm gonna move on to lips. So I'm going to be using the Kinky Pink lip liner from Pop Beauty. Alright, so I basically apply the lip liner all over my lips as kind of like a lipstick. And I am going to apply next the lip gloss cream pie from the collab Patrick Star did with MAC, which I am in love with these two nude lipsticks that he put together for this collection, the summer collection. And this one, it's called Fashion Punch. So this is a little bit more on the peachy side, and this is more on the pink side. So since I have a lot of pinks going on right now, I am going to stick with the pink nude. Alright guys, so we have come to an end. This is the end result. Since we already have setting spray, you don't have to do anything else. I hope that you guys enjoyed this highlight and contour outdated version here on my YouTube channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and share with your makeup friends, makeup besties. And also, if you want to learn how I created this eye makeup look, make sure you go and check out my Instagram, which I posted a eye tutorial on how to recreate it. So hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you guys so much for watching until the end, and I see you guys on my next video. Bye.